Hello there, you're watching Vnews Bulletin. I'm Vungo presenting you today top stories as usual.
Vietnam, Indonesia seek ways to promote bilateral ties. Four reasons make Vietnam attractive investment destination. And later on, Ho Chi Minh City plans to open 22 more walking streets.
Minister of Foreign Affairs Bùi Thanh Sơn is on a visit to Indonesia. The following are his activities in the country.
Foreign Minister Bùi Thanh Sơn was received by President Joko Widodo as a presidential palace of Indonesia. Minister Sơn affirmed Vietnam's policy of attaching importance to further developing the strategic partnership with Indonesia. President Jokowi suggested the two sides consider building an action plan to develop the strategic partnership for the 2024 to 2028 period, raising bilateral trade to $15 billion by 2028. Vietnamese Minister of Foreign Affairs Bùi Thanh Sơn and his Indonesian counterpart Retno Marsudi on July 20 co-chaired the fourth meeting of the Joint Committee of Bilateral Cooperation in Jakarta. The two sides agreed on the assessment that the relationship between Vietnam and Indonesia is deepening effectively, especially since the establishment of the strategic partnership in 2013. Economic and trade cooperation has grown tremendously, with two-way trade in 2021 reaching $11.5 billion, up 40% compared to 2020. The ministers agreed to increase meetings at all levels, maintain and utilize existing cooperation mechanisms, and encourage the resumption of art and people-to-people exchanges, especially in 2023, when the two nations mark the 10th anniversary of the strategic partnership.
On July 18th, Party General Secretary Nguyễn Phú Trọng delivered a speech at a meeting in Hanoi to mark the 16th anniversary of Vietnam-Laos diplomatic relationship and 45 years since the signing of the bilateral treaty on amity and cooperation. His speech has won applause from Laos officials, scholars, and people.
Thăm Phan, head of the Commissions for External Relations under the Lao People's Revolutionary Party Central Committee, highly values the speech of the Vietnamese party leader while answering an interview of the Vietnam News Agency.
The speech has underlined the tradition of solidarity of the two countries. We had its roots in the Indo-Chinese Communist Party and their collaboration to fight a common enemy. It stressed that amidst the complicated and unforeseeable development in the world situation, the two countries must preserve their special relationship that has become their shared invaluable heritage. I was moved by the Vietnamese party chief's speech. Through the speech, I felt the importance of the preservation of the special Laos-Vietnam ties for today and for the future.
The editor-in-chief of the Passason, the newspaper of the Lao People's Revolutionary Party, Vang Tha said, Party General Secretary Cham's speech made him so impressed.
I paid attention to his words. Helping our friends is helping ourselves. I think it is a historic mission.
Meanwhile, Vice Chairman and General Secretary of the Laos-Vietnam Friendship Association, Saikom Sayasai, said he and other Lao people shared the assessment of the Vietnamese party leader.
We share his viewpoint that, despite any difficulties and changes in the world, the Laos-Vietnam solidarity is ever strengthening, becoming priceless heritage of the two countries. In such circumstances, the two countries should unite more than ever and together overcome difficulties and develop their economies on the basis of independence, self-reliance, and cooperation.
In his speech, General Secretary Nguyễn Phú Trọng stressed that the two nations have the right to be proud of their relations over the past 60 years, a really transparent, loyal, and modern relationship.
Vice Chairman of the Laos National Assembly, Sonthon Sanyachak, is on a visit to Vietnam. We joined the leading Laos legislator to see how his trip is processing.
Vice Chairman Sonthon Sanyachak paid a visit to the northern province of Thái Nguyên on July the 20th as part of her visit to Vietnam. She was received by Secretary of the Provincial Party Committee Nguyễn Thanh Hải, who said Thái Nguyên province has paid due heed to enhancing external relations with Lao localities, including Luang Prabang, Ho Phang, and Phong Sa Lì. She suggested the leading Lao legislators support Thái Nguyên in expanding collaboration with Lao localities across the fields of education, training, and economic development, particularly consolidating and promoting the special Vietnam-Laos friendship. For her part, Sonthon Sanyachak expressed her delight over Thái Nguyên organization of various activities to celebrate the diplomatic relations between the two countries. She affirmed the cooperation between Thái Nguyên and Lao provinces has made significant contributions to the Vietnam-Laos special and rare ties. In the afternoon, the Lao delegation attended the 7th meeting of the 14th Provincial People's Council.
Over the last decade, Vietnam has become a top destination for investment in manufacturing thanks to 4 reasons, according to an article freshly published by the news site TradeFinanceGlobal.com.
The author said low wages are a large reason why so many manufacturers have moved to Vietnam in the last decade. In addition, incorporating Vietnamese producers into supply chains is relatively straightforward both upstream and downstream. Unlike the ASEAN 4 nations, Indonesia, Malaysia, Thailand, and the Philippines, Vietnam shares a border with China, making it easier for manufacturing firms in Vietnam to integrate into China's vast network. Vietnam is party to 15 different free trade agreements that encompass more than 50 countries around the world. For manufacturers, this means that a product produced in Vietnam can be sold to other markets, including many wealthier Western markets, without needing to pay prohibitively expensive tariffs along the way. Another reason why investors may lean more towards Vietnam rather than some of the ASEAN 4 nations is Vietnam's relative security and political stability, the author noted.
KPMG and HSBC have released a list of the top 10 emerging giants in Vietnam's startup market, based on criteria of creativity, rapid growth, influence, and ambition to become a unicorn.
They assessed Vietnam as having among the youngest and dynamic startup environments in Asia. According to calculations, the total value of the top 10 Vietnamese startups is about $300 million. The report also summarizes the top 10 enterprises rated emerging giants in 11 other regional markets: mainland China, India, Japan, Australia, Singapore, the Republic of Korea, Hong Kong, China, Malaysia, Indonesia, Taiwan, China, and Thailand. At the time of COVID-19, there were only 1,600 startups in Vietnam, but this number has now grown to more than 3,000.
Steel producer Hoa Phat Group has signed a contract to export 8,000 tons of rebar to Mexico, its first order from the North American country.
According to a group representative, the rebar steel is manufactured according to ASTM USA standards. Delivery time is expected in August this year, with the batch dispatched from the Hoa Phat Hai Dương Iron and Steel Production Complex. In the first 6 months of 2022, Hoa Phat exported 750,000 tons of construction steel of all kinds, doubling the figure of the same period last year. To date, its products have been shipped to 25 countries and regions such as the US, Canada, Japan, the Republic of Korea, Singapore, Hong Kong, China, and Malaysia. With a crude steel capacity of 8.5 million tons per year, the group has the largest share of the Vietnamese construction steel market. In the first half, production output reached 2.3 million tons, up 29% year-on-year.
The Vietnamese embassy in Israel held a gathering to introduce Vietnam's culture, cuisine, and tourism to local friends on the occasion of the 29th anniversary of the country's diplomatic ties on July 12th.
Ambassador Lee Đức-chung introduced Vietnam as a country increasingly integrating into the world and boasting much potential for investment, tourism, and cultural cooperation. Israeli participants learned about the Southeast Asian nation through video clips, paintings, photo books, traditional products displayed at the gatherings, and talks with staff in embassies and representative offices in Israel. As Vietnam and Israel are about to celebrate 30 years of their diplomatic relations next year, they are set to carry out many activities to promote bilateral cooperation. They include organizing mutual visits and online meetings between their leaders and officials of ministries and localities, accelerating negotiations on important deals such as the bilateral free trade agreement and another on labor cooperation, and considering direct air routes.
Ho Chi Minh City plans to open 22 more pedestrian streets in its downtown districts to better accommodate residents and tourists.
The plan was made by the City Department of Transport and has been submitted to the Municipal People's Committee for approval. Accordingly, the plan will be carried out in two phases, with the first from 2022 to 2023 and the second from 2023 to 2025. Solutions to realize the above-mentioned proposal include renovating intersections and sidewalks for pedestrians, reorganizing traffic flow and lane division, strengthening connections with the public transport network, as well as improving the landscape, lighting and street decor, the department said. Ho Chi Minh City is the locality with the biggest population in Vietnam, which is some 9 million people. It is also the busiest city in the country. With the plan, the city aims to reduce traffic in inner city areas by boosting tourism and service activities.
Da Nang is striving to become a high-quality tourism and service center and a destination for innovation in Vietnam and Southeast Asia by 2030, according to a recently built project on orientation for tourism development in the central city by 2030, with a vision to 2045.
Under the project, Da Nang aims to become Asia's leading tourist destination and a center for high-end eco-tourism and international standard meetings, incentives, conferences, and exhibitions on MICE tourism by 2045. To that end, the city will focus on major development orientations on tourism development space, infrastructure, development of tourism products, human resources, travel agents, investment in the sector, tourism promotion, digital transformation, and management of risks, disasters, and diseases. It will also strengthen state management over tourism activities, form a tourism culture, and better mechanisms and policies to develop a non-smoke industry, while developing and managing infrastructure to serve tourism. Attention will also be paid to intensifying cooperation in tourism development and the post-COVID-19 recovery.
The ancient Hội An town in Vietnam's central province of Quảng Nam has found itself voted to the 20th place in a new global listing of 25 best cities chosen by readers of U.S. magazine Travel Plus Leisure.
Readers rank the cities based on factors such as the quality of hotels and restaurants, cultural heritage, attractions, cuisine, and COVID-19 protocols. Oaxaca in Mexico was voted the best city with a score of 92.96. San Miguel de Allende in Mexico came second, followed by Ubud in Indonesia. Hội An used to be a busy international commercial port from the 16th to 19th centuries, attracting merchant ships from China and Japan. It is a World Heritage Site recognized by UNESCO. Meanwhile, Phu Quoc, Vietnam's largest island of the southern province of Kiên Giang, has been selected one of 25 best islands in the world by readers of the magazine. According to the magazine, readers' enthusiasm for the island stems from its white sand beaches and delectable food. The island is renowned for its production of fish sauce and indispensable Vietnamese condiment and peppercorns. Other attractions include its coral reefs and dense tropical forest, the magazine wrote. For this year's World Best World Survey, Travel Plus Leisure asked its readers to weigh in on travel experiences around the globe to choose the world's best islands based on activities, size, natural attractions, beaches, food, and friendliness.
And that's the end of our bulletin. Thank you for being here with us. We hope to see you again soon.